Hey, Dawnna St Louis here. I've got my coffee. Go grab yours. It's time for Monday Morning Mojo. This week's letter comes from Leslie in California. Leslie writes, Dawnna, I'm up for my mid-year review. It's coming up in a couple of months. I never know what to say or how to say it. I just sit there while my boss's voice sounds like Charlie Brown's teacher. I just wait for it to be over. This time, I want to knock it out the park. How can I add some mojo to my mid-year review? Thanks, Leslie from Cali. Ooh, Leslie, this question is packed with all kinds of goodness, girl. Good one. First thing that I want you to know is you are not alone. Sometimes guys get promotions, raises, and better reviews simply because they know how to tell people how awesome they are. We could take a lesson. It does not matter if they're the only one saying it. What matters is that people are hearing it. Have you ever heard of Donald Trump? Exactly. You need to be able to do the same thing without sounding like the Donald or sporting that bad comb over. It's really bad. Let's do this in a few steps. First, what are you going to talk about? It's easy to forget all of the awesomeness that you've done in the past few months. To solve this problem, all you need is a folder in your email program titled Amazing Stuff. Every time you get an email praising your work, drop a copy into the folder. If someone sends you an actual piece of paper, grab your iPhone or your cell phone that's lesser than an iPhone, take a picture of the paper, and email it to yourself and drop it in the folder. Then every week, no matter what, write down what you worked on and what you actually accomplished. Do this for the next couple of months so that when you head into that review, you are armed with some really, really good stuff. Now that you know what you're going to talk about, how are you going to talk about it? Well, it's not that hard, and I'm going to tell you how to do it in 3 simple steps. First is the challenge. We also like to call it the opportunity. The challenge is the issue that you corrected, the way you stepped up to correct it, and why it was important to the company. There was a 15% customer retention deficit at our organization. I made it my personal mission to correct this deficit because we have the industry's best customer service department and our numbers didn't reflect that. Now that you have an amazing opening statement, let's go on to step 2, and we're going to state the milestones that were achieved. Most people mess this up by talking about the process. First, I gathered information, then I analyzed it, then I had some lunch and I spoke to Susie, and then I pondered about it some more, and then, no. Just the milestones and the duration, nothing else. Over the past 6 months, I identified 60 customers that were at risk, and I implemented follow-up procedures to aid in retention. On to step 3. This step is all about results, and this is the money shot. Talk about the results of your work and how those results were a direct benefit to the organization. Try to start with the words as a result or which means. Concluding phrases let people know that you're going to give them the juicy part of the story that they've been waiting for. Oh, and if you're going to use quantities, then percentages are way more valuable than finite numbers. As a result, 98% of those at-risk customers had been retained and generated $600,000 in rescued revenue that would have been lost. Bonus time! So let's say you're short on time, or you end up in the elevator with an executive who wants to know, what have you done for me lately? You can summarize by using the first and third sentences. I was instrumental in correcting a 15% customer retention deficit in our organization. The correction resulted in $600,000 in rescued revenue over the past 6 months. Okay, it's about that time, my Mojo Moguls. Put your comments in the box and tell me what 3 horn-tootin' tips and tricks do you have? That's it for today. Now, before you go, finish your coffee, head to work, like it. And if you really like it, you know you liked it. You know you did, boo. Share it. It only takes a second. If you're not on the newsletter, then head on over to Dawnna.com and sign up. I'll see you next week, Monday. Because there is nothing worse than trying to show off and ending up on your